Coach, you obviously advanced to the final game of the NCAA South Regional or South Central Regional last season, and we're 1 out away from advancing to the College World Series. Just speak about last year's experience.
Well, last year's experience was a tremendous experience from day one. We knew going into the season that we were going to be very good, and it was tough to kind of downplay that. So being that close again for the second year in a row, that's been a haunting feeling for us for all summer and into the fall. But again, I think we took a lot of valuable experience from that. Even though there were some guys that didn't play a whole lot, they were there and they were in that environment, so they saw what we were up against and what we had to do and what it takes to get there again. So as disappointing as it was still a tremendous run, and I was very fortunate to be a part of that.
Just looking forward to this season, you actually lost a lot of key players, but you do have one returning player that was a first-team All-Conference in Ryan Scott, and you have a lot of newcomers, a lot of junior college kids, which is kind of a first for you looking at your past experiences here.
Well, it is. We knew going into this year we were going to lose 15 guys, and not just 15 guys, but 15 guys that contributed. At some point, they were a very important part of what we did. So we did have to go get a few junior college guys. Normally we like to stay the high school route. But it's going to be a new team. It's a team that's going to be searching for an identity. We don't know what we're going to do or how we're going to be. We think we're going to be pretty good. We think we're going to compete on a day in and day out basis. But when you lose over 90% of your offense and 90% of your pitching staff, it's going to be a year where we don't know exactly what we have. I think it's going to take the first month of the season for us to play and play into a team that we know what to expect once conference gets here. So it's going to be a little bit different for us. The last 2 years we knew exactly what we had on a day in and day out basis. But that's part of what we do. That's part of the coaching deal.
And just looking at your team going around the diamond, what do you see from your team? Do you see a lot of platoon situations, a lot of late inning pitch running, or anything like that?
Well, we've been a team where we think we're going to have to use all of our roster. I think we're going to have some athleticism. I think we're going to have some speed. We may look a little bit different than we did last year in terms of the way we play. I think we'll get back to running a little bit more, stealing some more bases, putting some pressure on the defense. We do like our pitching staff, especially with Ryan Scott at the end, coming back from the year that he had. So I think what we can do is kind of shorten the ball game, try to get a lead in about the 6th or 7th inning, and take our chances at that point in time. So the pitching staff, I think, is going to shape up pretty well. And again, we're going to have some athleticism out in the field. So we'll platoon. We'll have a lot of left-hand hitters, which is good. We'll have some speed late in the game and some defensive replacements. So it ought to be a lot of fun.